6. Rocket trip. Empty. I'm sure there'll be nothing here. That'll make the level pretty easy. Empty is. Belt is shift. Okay. Flag is win. Cloud is stop. Baba is empty. This can't possibly go wrong. It went wrong. Belt is empty. This can't possibly go wrong. That did not go wrong. Lonely flag. Well, obviously I just need to make doors empty. Any is best. Door is empty. Empty is door. Yeah, let's just make doors empty again. That's a little bit too busy for me. Okay, so... need to actually get rid of the walls. I make empty a stop? That doesn't seem like a good idea to me. Yes, now I can't move. Well, except to down there, but I can't move back. Empty is wall. That's also a bad idea. Tutorial, thank you for follow. Let's see, what else can I do? I definitely need to get rid of the walls. How can I do that? Wait, also, any is best. Not sure how I can actually get to any to be the best. Stop is empty. Nope. Empty is you, maybe? That's gonna be really, really hard to actually track. I guess I could also make empty as Baba. Okay, that's not... Yeah, empty as Baba is probably better, since, it doesn't seem like I can actually move, empty around. Also, I got best, too, and also won. Babas are you. Empty is Baba. Oh, so now there's an infinite stream of Babas, which are stop. That's actually not good. I can stop the infinite streams of Baba by actually going down, hitting that word. Rock is defeat and not Baba, but rock is push. Wall is stop. But I have to actually get rid of things up there. Okay, so now I have a limited number of Babas. I'm just going to... Okay, I actually can't consolidate them. Actually making things kind of challenging. Okay, so that got rid of the rock. Now I can't make empty as Baba anymore. Because it's stuck, because I made too many Babas. Okay, no longer have an infinite stream of Babas. And Baba is you is pretty thoroughly stuck there, so that's actually good. Yeah, the infinite stream of Babas was a little awkward. Please hold your key. But I can't have anything hold key. The cloud and door is stopped, door is shut, flag is win. So, could make key as Baba. Yeah, so I can make key as Bob. Nope, not like that. Need more space. Yeah, could make key as Baba, and Baba is open. Wait, no, I can't make key. Can't make Baba's open. Crap. Yeah, that's not gonna work. What the? Key falls. This is a different challenge than I thought it was. Apparently I have to make myself a bridge. Yeah, that was about actually making enough keys to get through, but yeah, I didn't actually look at the rule in top left corner. Fall makes it down, move far, really far down, apparently. Okay, so I can make empty as you. I didn't actually do it, but I could. I guess just that pushed the rocket ship out of the way. Yeah, so nothing was pushing the rocket ship out of the way. That's logical. Whoops, no, I didn't want to go back into there. Existential crisis. Now empty is push. The rocket is also push. The moon is defeat, but I kind of doubt it'll actually be able to defeat emptiness. Push that out of the way first. Make emptiness be me. Whoops. Somehow emptiness knocked into itself. Oh, so emptiness is actually having trouble having other things move into it because it's push some of the time. So the moon is defeat. I think I need to actually make empty push. Will I actually be able to move through empty, though, if it's pushed? Maybe not. No, I can move through pretty easily. Unless there's actually something in the way. And there is in apparently all directions now. So, let's swap that up a little bit. We can't go up that way, so I have to make flag as win. I might be able to make Baba push. Yeah, make Baba push and me empty. Need to do that without making Baba me. Why can't I move now? I'm still empty. Baba is still push. Why can't I move down? I can move down now. Why can't I move down once I'm up here? I can move up and I can move to the up and up to the right, or up and to the left. But I can't move down. Oh, so there's something. So it's because there's something that's actually not empty above me. But I can move down now. Now I can't move up. So apparently I'm not really understanding that as well. Why did that stop? No, that moved back up again. Crap. Baba isn't moving down because I don't have an empty to actually push it. You need to actually break Baba's push first, I think. There we go. I'm not past that yet. I think I need to make Baba push again. Or actually push him into the correct spaces. I even do that. Now I can't push Bubble away. Okay, so now I'm through there. No, but I'm not pushing the words. Yeah, because I'm not to the right of the words, so I can't push them anymore. I can't push Baba up anymore, so I have to actually get that above the bottom. We gotta go back by quite a bit. Yeah, I see what you mean now. I think I'm understanding the mechanics better, but yeah, it's still exceedingly confusing. It'll be a little easier to work like this, I think. Yeah, because I felt like I was controlling the actual text, but I wasn't. I was controlling the nothingness around the text. Which is hard to see, because it's nothing. Baba is you, Cloud is stop. Dust is when. What is dust? Ice is stop, Cloud is not you. Moon is push and open and fall. Star has dust, so I have to get to the star and open it. I have to push the moon to the star. But the star doesn't fall, right? But I can't push it. I'm gonna have to push it out the other way, aren't I? Is that gonna work, though? That didn't go how I thought it would. That also didn't go how I thought it would. Need to make Papa stop? Oh, okay. I thought that since push things normally don't go through me, that I could actually just do it like that. I guess it makes sense that it doesn't, though. But if I actually try to do that, the cloud will stop being stopped, won't it? Yeah, I thought I had to just get beneath the moon, then just lift it. Yeah, so I can't actually make Baba stop without the moon falling already. I could actually claim the is from up here and use it. Wrong way. So the challenge was not actually moving the moon, but just actually figuring out how to make the moon not fall through the clouds. That wasn't actually really that difficult. Once I realized the problem. So Mia's push, Kiki, move, is, and... How much of the game is left? At least one level. I think actually quite a bit. Cloud is stop, Kiki is fall, Baba is you, flag is win, me is me. So I can make anyone else be me, but I can't make me be anyone else. Skull is defeat. But that made Kiki fall through me. Because Kiki is not push. Yeah, Kiki and me is push. Okay. So I need actually both of them to push to the side. Actually, mostly just Kiki, really. Yeah, I can actually make a platform out of words. Yeah, so I think I want to actually make... Crap. Yeah, that actually might not work. I need Kiki to be push. Or need me to be push in order to actually, have me actually act as a platform for Kiki. I was going to make Kiki push and move, but I guess I can just actually make her move and push. Now I need to actually figure out how to reverse Kiki's direction. When I can't actually get over the other side. Mia's not fall, but can I do anything with that? I could turn Kiki into me, but if I do, I can't turn her back. I'm not sure that's useful. I can actually get down there if I'm willing to actually push... No, I don't want to go down there because that actually blocks my path for later. Yeah, so I can't actually move those, I can't move Skull's defeat down at all. So can I get anything into that space right in front of Kiki, though? Not that I can really see, so actually I'm not sure this is too useful. Yeah, so what can I do with this? I feel like this is a good spot right now. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a pretty good spot, just... what can I do? I could move me over there, but I can't get me down. Because me should just defy gravity. Yeah, so me doesn't actually move down. Me just defies gravity. Is there any other way I can get things down there? If I had something else in front of Kiki, would that have actually helped? Like when Kiki got launched, could I actually have had something in front of her and actually had her pull it down with her? Yeah, so let's put an is over here. See if that actually helps. Not the right spot. No, the is just actually blocks her path. Or the is doesn't block her path. And just stopping her movement there doesn't actually help me. Yeah, the trouble is if I push this down at all, I just can't actually get through there anymore. That feels like a good solution. I feel like it's necessary, but it might be actually too early in the stage. Restart, we'll see how things actually go here. So I think Kiki and Mia's push is useful. That's not. Yeah, Kiki and Mia's push lets me actually move everything up. And I think that the bridge of words is actually the correct choice here. Because it keeps Kiki up here. where she's actually probably useful. She can't currently move. And I have Kiki actually push me the other way. Probably not. Like, can I have Kiki push me down? Could I have me push Kiki down? I might actually be able to have... Okay, I think I actually have an idea. I think if I actually put Kiki higher... like up there, then I can actually get me being below her. Oops. Wasn't far enough over. That didn't let me get anything below her. Okay. So now I can actually get Kiki to the left a little further, so I can actually have more time to deal with her. Yeah, so now I have me move out. Oh, I need to actually be further up now. Yeah, me move out there. Okay, me can just move back. My plans doesn't really actually care about where he actually is in there. I can make the sentence me as Kiki with no problems here. That just lets me extend this bridge a little further. Me is not pushed, though. Yeah, so I need to actually make the sentence me as push. Kiki didn't push me. Curses. Yeah, I was hoping the pushable thing would actually let her go down. Okay, so that's still not actually moving me. And if me is no longer push, that won't actually do what I wanted to. Yeah, I need Kiki to be actually pushing me down. How's the stream going? Pretty well. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Has been like 15 and a half hours long now. I've actually been on Baba Azia much longer than I expected to be. People seem to be enjoying it though, so it seems good. Seem to be fairly engaged. Okay, so I think this approach might be untenable though. I need either me to change direction, well, twice. Yeah, so I need either me to change direction twice, or I need Kiki to actually be blocked down in that bottom area. I don't see any way of actually doing either. Yeah, I feel like Kiki definitely needs to actually stand on Mii's head, though. So, what am I doing with this? Yeah, just what am I doing with this? If Kiki just moves right now, Kiki will just actually get stuck in the bottom. If Mii moves right now, he should actually eventually just lift Kiki up. Nope, he actually dropped below Kiki. If I'm going to actually lift Kiki up, I have to actually do it the way that I did. I was able to get Kiki down next to Kiki's fall, but then Kiki was just going to get stuck in there. Possible to make me move him around right now? I don't believe so. Like, I could push this down by one, but then I get stuck later. Like, if I were to actually make Kiki move right now, it actually would work. Like, I can make it so the skull's no longer defeat then. But the trouble is, well, I can get down here now. I now can't get past this. Yeah, so I can't actually keep Kiki moving in the right direction. Yeah, so I think if, maybe if Kiki is push. Oh, that does actually work, except that it actually changes everything there. Yeah, it changes what direction she faces. Now I can't actually move her to the right. That didn't help. If I move me, Kiki just falls. So in some ways, this is actually where I was before, though. Like, with the two of them actually just sitting up there. Yeah, so I do just actually push you off of here. Why did you go that way? Why would you go that way? What? Why? What? That... I push you off to the... Moves to the right then back? I guess that could be. Yeah, that's actually probably right. Just go like that. If I do this right now, you just get stuck down there, right? Yeah, thought so. You can't move there anymore. If I stop you from moving there, I do have a chance to get something in front of you. What can I get there, though? I can't get me there because if I actually push him to the right, he just actually faces right and he'll just actually move to the right then. I don't have any upward. And now all the stuff is kind of stuck over here too. Yeah, part of the trouble with this approach right now is that like everything's actually stuck inside the skulls right now. Okay, yeah, so the trouble is Kiki doesn't actually push things that are actually against walls. Or that are actually push. Unless they're actually in the direction of movement. I take advantage of that. I actually make both Kiki and me move simultaneously. And have me maybe actually push the line of words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces there, it looks like. That's plenty. I'm gonna actually try that first. Need Kiki to be above the place there, though. Yeah, so Mia's gonna have to be here actually pushing the words. Oops, that's not good. He needs to be pushed so that she actually faces in the right direction. Yeah, I think that does it. Yes, I had to have me push the bridge. Yeah, I'm sure that there's actually a lot of different solutions for these things. And that one honestly seemed really, really jank. What is me? Baba is you. Where's Baba? There's Baba. Is there any level I skipped yet? Nope. I've just been doing them in numerical order. The rocket is stop, cloud is stop. Rocket is stop, rocket is push. Gotta deal with empty stuff too. Star is star. Skull is nothing, actually. If I move the conveyor belt, so we move the belt up, or move anything onto the belt, eventually flag will become win, but skull will become defeat. So just actually need to be past that by then. What is empty? Empty is the empty spaces, like the black spaces. I think I'm going to have to actually make the rocket get pushed by nothing. make the rocket get pushed by nothing over here. So I need to actually do the rocket be down here so I can actually push it with nothing. Oh, but I can't actually control rocket as I can actually control me. Or myself. So I can't actually become empty. So I think I actually want empty and rocket to be pushed. But I can't actually currently move that. I need to actually assemble that elsewhere. But I'm still not going to actually be able to move over here. But I can use the stars. Well, if I can actually push the stars. Well, let's actually make rocket and stars push first. Now there's nothing empty to my right. I'm here. But I still actually need to push the rocket to the left. I need to actually push this up a little further. I have no idea what's going on here, so I'm trying to make it so I can push the rocket with nothing onto the conveyor belt, and then actually just run away. Needs to actually be up one more. I think I actually need the stars to be above that. I have some place that's not actually empty to actually move that into. I thought I actually needed to move to the right, but no, that's not what I need to do. Having trouble actually moving the stars back out of there again. Yeah, I need to actually restart. Yeah, so I need to be along this line after I actually push things. That needs to go here, I believe. The rocket still needs to be pushed, though, so that actually needs to be in the first slot of this word, or the sentence. And I actually need some stars above this. I have actually non-empty space to push into. I can get rid of emptiness again after I'm done. I think it's actually best for me to actually get rid of the is now that I think about it. I think this is right. But I can't move back over that way. No, that's not right. We need to go like that then. Didn't have enough time for all that. Pretty close though. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more spaces. How can I get it? Not sure. Well, I can move the construction close to the skull because I need to actually be along a line with the rocket ship over to the left. That's the farthest down I can put that. Move all the text below, that's actually a good plan. Wasted one time. So I didn't quite get it there. I can't just get rid of empty there. That's still too late. I'm only one square short, though. If I just move this up here, can I actually move push out of the way? No. Yeah, I might actually need to get off the skull also. I can't move it all from there. I can't move it all down by one more. So... I do need Rocket and Star to, or Rocket and Empty to both be pushed once I'm actually done with this. Can I use the word star for something instead? Like get rid of more space with that? Will that save me any time? So I don't really actually need to push the stars around anymore. That shouldn't actually change the timing of it at all, should it? Yeah, I don't think that actually changes the timing at all. Well, that'll be a problem because that thing will be in the way then. What if I move to the right after pushing the empty into Star's place? That doesn't work because then the rocket ship doesn't move. Oh yeah, like that. That is actually a little better. That star isn't there. I think I just can't move. That star's not there. No, I should be able to move because there's some place to push it. Yeah, that should do it. Yeah, that was fine. I was thinking the rocket needed to keep moving. Platformer. Tiki has fallen push. There's an open tile up there that I can actually use something on. There's a rocket that's not doing anything right now. Cloud is defeat. UFO is also push. I need the UFO to be under Kiki. I need to actually move both, though. Yeah, that's not going to actually work. So, can I just swap back and forth between the rocket and the UFO? Maybe. Because there's nothing pushed beneath that then. Crap. Okay, so that's not quite so simple. Probably easier to just restart this, honestly. Yeah, so this is basically where I started, though. Haven't done anything I can't actually undo yet. I now need the rocket pushable. I could also use the word "and" as another thing to push. That still doesn't get me far enough, though. I suspect I'm supposed to use the word "and" as a word. If we make the rocket push right now... I think I actually want the rocket up another tile. I can just restart this right now. Need these actually both be down by one more so I can actually keep pushing them. Need to be standing on the UFO. I don't actually think I want to be down any further. I can't do anything with that now, so I'm stuck, actually. I'm going to need the and up top eventually to actually make and open. No, this got me fairly far, but it's not going to get me all the way. I definitely actually need to use the rocket and the UFO to actually move Kiki eventually. I get the rocket down below somehow. I don't see any way of doing it. I don't have any free words that let me actually push it down far enough. I need to push it down at least to this tile, where it actually has space to push it down further. And I need to actually be able to push it down further because eventually I'm going to actually need to be like having a platform here. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. What can I do that with? I can't get any more words through this passage here. Does Kiki travel with the platform if I push the platform under them? No. Can I use the rocket to push the and word below the clouds? I can use it to push the word and word below the clouds, but not by enough. So I can't get the word and any further down. I think I do need it further down too. Use Kiki to push the rocket and further. That's actually a good plan. Yeah, so we'll make the rocket be pushed first. I'm going to need and back above the clouds eventually, so I actually want and to be actually above the rocket. And is also a more solid platform for Kiki to ride on, too. No, can't do that. Well, yes, well, no, I can't. Actually, need Kiki to be over more first. Which is actually easy enough to do. Because now I can actually push Kiki away from the wall, once she is away from the wall. Is that actually any good? And make both the rocket and UFO push at the same time. But I can't now get Kiki below that. Or I can't get Anne below that. If I try to actually move the, if I try to swap which of the rocket and UFOs push again, Kiki will just fall. And same if I actually try to push it over right now. I think I actually need to go along the top first. Whoops. Like I did actually a couple times ago. Actually bad. I need the Anne to be here. But then I can't move back up and I need to. Yeah, this isn't working. I need to be back above Kiki again. This layer of clouds here is definitely being a problem for me here. Do I use rocket at all after the cloud? I think it's mostly because I need to move the "and" word back up. Maybe I don't. Let me see. Yeah, so we need actually the rocket be back above. It actually is higher to start with? I think it was. Yeah, it actually moved it down, so that's actually good. Well, no, that's not right. Oops. Trouble is I need to get the "and" back above, too. I don't have access to the UFO anymore, so I can't push it back above. Because I need to actually make, Kiki is fall and push and open. Yeah, kind of need to actually be able to push two more things at the same time. Narrow hallway between cloud and open is suspicious, or rocket and open is suspicious. Yeah, let's just restart this. Well, there's nothing up here. I'm not sure why that's not actually there. I guess I can push Kiki up, can't I? Yeah, I can push Kiki up. That's actually not good. No, I need to not actually swap those two things places. Or did I? Yeah, the UFO needs to be down here to actually catch Kiki. It needs to be on push at the time. Now I can't actually get the and back. I don't need the and at that point. I see the answer. So I did actually need to invert their positions. No. Yeah, I actually need to, No, I didn't. This is right. Now I can actually use the rocket ship to push... No. Actually, if I have the rocket ship be a platform now... Yeah, if the rocket is pushed, Kiki doesn't have a UFO to land on, that's right. Yeah, the cloud up there is being a problem. So many worries. So I definitely have to make, definitely have to do this. And pretty much at this point, too. How do I solve this problem now? Can I get the UFO into that tile there? Yeah, and I can get around to actually... Well, no, I can't, because I can't push Kiki now. Can I make UFO as rocket or UFO... Rocket as UFO or UFO as rocket? No. I don't have an is that I can get down there. Push up everything one spot? That might work. Once I've moved the open out of the way? Yeah, that might work. UFO's not being in the right spot right now, so I have to actually move Kiki back onto the, rocket. Yeah, what a map. That definitely took a while. Space 10. The Pit. Moon is you. Stars fall and push. Doors sink. Souls defeat. I just have to get the star to the door, basically. Going for 100%? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I need star to be fall, or not be... No, I need star to be fall to get past the skulls. But once it's fallen past there, I can probably just make it me. Oh, as long as that's me, I can't actually do that, though. I don't actually know what happens if it falls all the way to the bottom. Okay, that's fine. Now I can just make it me again. Except that actually will just die on the place there, won't it? So I can get myself to the door. But now I can't get myself through there. Oh yeah, star is moon and you. No, that's not actually right. Yeah, the trouble is I need to actually get the moon down there, and I can't actually do that safely. The trouble is I need to have two things down below. The door is not locked, but the door is sync, so it will destroy anything I actually put in there. Yeah, the trouble is not that the door is actually locked. The problem is that the door will destroy anything I try to move through it. It's like a pit of water, basically. I think making the star me is the most expedient way of getting it over this way. I use the star to push some rules through. Star is moon and me. Yeah, I definitely got to put some text down there. Let's get that above, actually. Actually, I don't like where that star is right now. Just move it straight down. Then it acts as a platform. What if I just reassemble this over there? What happens precisely when something falls on the text? It basically gets blocked. Because things that are actually considered push, including text, just don't fall. I think I need access to and again. I'm not going to be able to reassemble a is you down there. Much as I would love to. Moon is you, and... And fall is a terrible idea. Star and moon is you. And fall. So now I can't actually move up. Yeah, so only things that aren't me can get past the skulls. So I need to make whatever I'm going to have go down there not be a thing. Not be me. But the trouble is I have to get me down there twice. I only have 2 things to play with here. I can't duplicate anything. You use or you in a text, yeah. I don't think that there's any way I can actually push you all the way down there, though. Or a text all the way down there, so I don't have enough space. I can rebuild X's U vertically, but then I don't have any headroom above it. Yeah, so I only have 2 spaces here, so like if I could make stars U vertically, but then I wouldn't actually be able to use stars horizontal, like wouldn't actually be able to move that anymore. Yeah, I could do this, which does give me a slightly more space, I guess. I was thinking I could actually move it over to the right or over the left, but that's not actually going to be helpful for me because it actually just loses me any words I use for that. Yeah, so I don't have enough space. I don't have enough words there to go there. Last one's not good. Produce star is push you below. Make the star fall below the first point and land on some words. I'm not sure what you mean. And push the words below the second barrier, but I can't destroy you enough to actually do anything with that. And it takes the same number of words as if I just make star as moon or star and moon as you. Yeah, so I can push that down. I don't actually need to have it falling right now. I should actually be planning what I'm actually pushing down first, but I'm kind of just testing right now. That actually breaks stars push. What's that? Yes, I'm not sure what I'm not actually sure if I'm understanding what you're trying to say. Yeah, so I can make stars you here. But if I do that, I'm not Moon anymore. I'm no longer up there. By replacing star below moon and is below the as the moon is in. Yeah, I know that I can do that. I don't think it actually helps me at all. Yeah, so I can move this down a little bit. I don't actually think that it helps me at all. I just can't actually, like, I can't actually rebuild it vertically. Oh, rebuild it now. Yes, that does work. Yes, now I do have more headroom, though. That is actually true. I can still move star as you down here. I just killed both my moons. Or killed my stars. That's not good. Moon is down below a little bit now, but I don't have my is anymore, so I need to actually get that back. This actually does have possibilities. So if I now make star as push. Yeah, Morrowind's a pretty good game. I can make it fall. I want to have it fall all the way. So star is push and fall now. That's all the way down. We can make star and moon as me again. Now use the other words to actually get things far enough down. I'm not convinced that I can. I guess I'll try it. I can just about get rid of moon as you. The words at the top are in the wrong order, of course. Yeah, I need to get the moon down here. Right, something below you. Well, that would actually cut off star and moon as me. So star would no longer be me either at that point. But it's star at the bottom, but I don't think I can actually do that. I think I needed moon. I needed moon to be at the top, or Whichever one was actually in that slot, I think it actually didn't matter. Yeah, I think that one actually had to be at the top. Yeah, it did. Well, I can't use star as a... Okay, I guess I could make star fall much earlier. If I make stars fall now... Well, I can push this up by one more time. First I have to make star push, so I can get this thing out of the way. Stars push. And... fall. Out of the way. Oops, do not actually want to make the star into a moon. Now that Anne's actually in the way. Or actually, I'm stuck. Whoops. I can fix that. Okay, so now I need a star and moon. Oops, too far. Oh, there's still an N inaccessible. Did it again. How far back was that? There we go. Okay, so star and moon is me now. So how's that actually helping me here? Oh right, sync the text in the door. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking I actually still need to get the other one down. Yeah, that one was another tough one. Heavy words. Text is fall and float. Wall is stop, rocket is me. So I'm a rocket now. Dust is defeat and dust. Star is defeat. Wind, moon is weak, dust. I can make the moon win pretty easily here. I can also make dust weak. I can also make star weak. Making a star weak is actually a little challenging, now that I think about it. Need to actually start off with pushing the win over. I actually need to push this over by 1. What does weak do? If it actually is forced to overlap with anything, it is destroyed. I need to actually use this is... that over. Yep, still at it. I don't know, I'm kind of engrossed here. It's actually a problem. No, I need that dust word. Made it through half the tutorial? Yeah, it says something when I'm like 8 hours in and it's not done with the tutorial yet. So I can't make Dust win, because Dust is defeat. The only viable option for defeat is or for victory is actually the moon. I need to actually build up a platform here, so I need to actually build the things in the correct order. I forget which order the things were in at the start. So I need to get win is moon. Yeah, so you need to get moon is win right here. Then I need to actually assemble dust is weak someplace. The only is that I can use for moon is win is right here. I should be able to actually make both star is weak and dust is weak using this is. I can just actually get the dust down first. But text is not weak, is it? I need to actually get this over this way somehow. Moon is dust. That's not good. You do not want to destroy the moon. So creating a complete sentence like that is not a good plan. Can't make stars weak right here. The trouble is I kind of need to assemble stars weak below this star, but I can't actually get to that before I've actually gotten rid of that star. I guess I can just push the star out of the way. Then once I've made it weak, I can destroy it. It won't matter. No, not yet. No hints yet. Yeah, so now I can just actually get rid of the star for right now. Yeah, since text is float, I can just do that. I need to actually push both of these off. No, it's not going to work. So I need to be able to get to the left of weak, and I can't do that if I push it off right now. I don't actually need to assemble dust stars weak, do I? Because it's actually already out of the way. If I do assemble stars weak, I can push it the other direction. Yeah, so I push it over this way instead. Is that out of the way? I could make dust be stars. Yeah, I could just make dust be star if I actually push that the other direction. But I then make star as weak. I don't think so. I don't think I have space for that. Let's check this, though. I need more space. Dust can't be star. Yeah, dust is defeat in dust. So that doesn't actually work. And now I can't actually make stars, or I can't actually make dust weak. So I can't actually destroy it that way. Gotta go back quite some distance. Again. So the nook down over here is fine. Yeah, dust is weak, then just actually push into dust and I'll win. But I have to actually figure out how to make dust as weak first. Which is not being easy. Wait, what order was the stars push on initially? If I were to push this way, because the star is push. The star is not push right now. That didn't work. Now I can't get past the star because it's just actually defeat. Yeah, so leaving the star be pushed does not actually help me. Yeah, so my plan is to actually make just dust as weak, then push something into the dust. The trouble is I need to actually assemble dust as weak, which I'm having trouble doing. Particularly since that star is in the way. I can make stars push pretty easily, but then the star word is in the way also. I need this is. I'm gonna restart, see if I actually can't figure out a different order to do things then. To make dust as weak now. Oops, that's not the right order. I actually don't know if I can make dust as weak now. Moon is dust, that's definitely a problem. Yes, dust is weak now. Now I can assemble star as push. Get the star out of the way. I can't get moon. Can't get moon as weak now. Can I build? Moon is wind from the other is. Can we push the star into dust? The trouble is that once we go past this, I can't get back. So if I try to push the star into the dust, it won't actually work because I can't push it that far enough. Also, that leaves the star in the way. Yeah, dust is weak right now. So anything that I push into it, including just myself, will destroy it. I don't actually need to push something else into it, I can just move into myself. I feel like I can actually deal with these once I'm... Well, I can't get back over here, though. Yeah, so I want to be able to... Like, I want to be able to get over here, destroy the dust, and get back over here to actually, deal with these, but I can't do that. So star is out of the way. I actually use the star as a platform right now for the other falling things. As long as star is pushed, it should actually block the other ones. So will that allow me to actually get over to, this is? I don't think so. I don't think I can use actually this. I don't think I can use this one to build Moon as well. Okay. I think building Dust is Weak up here is not the right choice. So I think building Moon as Win here is the right choice. But I made Moon as Dust again. Keep doing that. I can drop the Moon first. No, I can't. Let's drop Moon first. Then is. Then Moon. I have to move this out of the way so we can actually get over to the left of it. I make Dust... No, I could make Dust a star, but that doesn't help me since Dust is Dust. This section, like... These three words and the words up here are so separated that I think they actually must be brought together somehow. I don't see a way of doing it. I think text is float, so you can't actually use the shifting belt to actually move it. Because that does actually ignore that then. Push to the right. I then can't get it separated from star, so I can't actually get is between them. I have to actually push star to the left over here. I can't do anything else with this stuff. I can see. If I push this all the way over here, though, I do have a full platform here. Yeah, 17 hours in just 2 games. I've been pretty engrossed with Papa Is You. So, is that the right choice? I can still move the star down by 1, but I can't move it any further than that. It'd be so nice if I could just make star as weak. If I make star as weak, like if I stop having star be push, it, the star word actually just falls out of there. And there was no way for me to actually get dust down before weak, I don't think. Yeah, I had been planning on doing like 4 to 6 hours of Bubba's U, and I think I've been on it for, what is that, 9 hours now? A little more than I expected to be. Just a touch. I don't think actually moving stars push all the way over like that is the right decision. It's the only way I can see to actually combine these two statements, but I don't think it's actually correct. Do I even have to have push on there? Well, yes, I do, because otherwise that just falls. Yes, the push is the thing that's making that actually be a solid platform. I really want to make stars weak if possible, but I don't think it is possible. Yeah, I'm looking for ways to do that, make stars weak. I just don't see any way of doing it, though. Letting text fall through the star. The trouble is I can make, like, I could fairly easily make weak his star, but that doesn't actually do the same thing. So I can't actually move, like, if I move dust to the left, I can't actually access weak anymore, because I can't actually push it to the left then. I don't think there's any way of actually dropping weak before dust while also constructing Moon's Wind there. And I think I do have to construct Moon's Wind there. Is there any way of using one of the is's twice? Not that I've seen. The trouble is, since the text falls, I can't just actually do a cross very easily. I need to have supports for it. And I could make it so that I had, like, Moon is Win here, and then just something else is something else there. But I can't do that. Because that's actually too many words, yeah. Do it one support. Not that I can get any place useful. Like, the trouble is if I actually try to construct things down here, I can't move through there, and I need to do that. Still awake, yeah, that's kind of required for a 24-hour stream. I need to go for another, 7 hours or so. What time is it where I live? 4 o'clock. So it's getting early now. If the text is on a weak object, it will destroy it, but the trouble is I can't move through text. Like, I'm hitting down right now, I can't move. So, like, if there's 3 text things right there, I can't get through it. No, 4 a.m. Okay, so this is not good. Yeah, so I don't see any way of getting weak down before dust. Well, let's just push weak down right now. Well, that killed Moon. Push is down right now, then weak. Then win. I'm going to need dust eventually, is the trouble, and if I actually push it to the left, I can't do anything with it. Well, I can make stars weak now, but that actually just blocks my path. Also, the text is actually float, so it doesn't actually interact with that. Yeah, so now I have dust is weak, and moon is win. But like I can't actually push down here at all. I have to use the word dust for something eventually, and if I push to the left, I can't get it back. Unless I can use the is that's currently below me for that, for the moon is win. Can I just make dust is win instead of moon? No. Dust is defeat. And yeah, defeat takes precedence over win. Yeah, so now I have dust is weak. But I can't get an is for this. Like, these are going to actually get stuck on the side of this corner here. Can I push the dust the same way I push star? Dust is not push. I can't make it push. Yeah, so I can make the star push like that. And now I can get to the moon, but the moon is not currently win. So I don't actually win if I get to the moon right now. Like, I can get there, but it does nothing for me. So I need another is. Can I get it? I don't think I can. I could get star into this corner over here. Like the word star. But I can't get moon past this little hump. Or win, either one. Like if this thing here wasn't here, I could actually easily just push win down here, push it over to the right, push moon, put is down here over the right, then moon down here and over the right, and just actually like rebuild it below the moon over here. That's not the case, since I can't do that. Yeah, so I don't see any way of accomplishing this. Wait, I can do that. Or can I? Yeah, I can do that. Dust is weak again. Did I get moon in the wrong order? Except it's fine because I can actually push that down first because I have that space over there. Went too far. Yeah, wind as moon doesn't work, but I can just actually do that. Because they fall over each other as they actually travel there. Yeah, I was stuck on that for a while. I'm gonna take another short break now, so I'll be back in a couple minutes though, but yeah, that was a little stressful. So anyway, I'll be back in a couple minutes, so yeah, excuse me please though. Alright, sorry about that, I'm back. So yeah, now we can do a heavy cloud. So now the wall is much taller. What's that star up there for? The fact that that's up there is worrisome. I probably need to use a star. I probably need to use a star as a platform. Yeah, so I probably need to actually build a 3... No, that's not going to work even. I probably need to use the star up here to actually build a platform. I think I need to actually do what I did last time with this. Make dust is weak, so I can actually destroy this dust up here. So I can get access to this thing. Now I have access to the star. Which, what can I do with? I can make a platform for these things. How does that really help me, though? Yeah, I think I definitely need to actually get that over this. So I'm going to have to rebuild Dust is Weak eventually. Unfortunately, this is too deep for just actually using that as a platform for the other ones. I can push them up here. I don't think that actually helps me, though. Yeah, I'm actually not convinced that helps me. I can't push star up. Not the word star, I mean. Yeah, so the wall being much taller this time is definitely a problem. If I were to construct Dust is Weak vertically, would that be helpful? I don't think so. It's not tall enough. If I were to construct Dust is Weak vertically on top of the star, would that be helpful? Maybe. I might be able to construct Dust... No, I want to actually construct Weak as Dust if I do that, so I could actually move... So I could actually have them be reversed again. Yeah, I was thinking I could actually maybe construct Dust as Weak here, then actually move the star over here, push Wind and Moon over here, then actually push them off over here. Like, move them up with the star. I kind of feel like moving them up with the star is actually pretty important. But the star is also getting in the way there. Push that over by another one, actually. No, I can't actually push that to the right. Never mind, that doesn't help. Yeah, can't do that here. That's no good. But just push this straight over. That doesn't really help. What about this place down over here? That could actually be helpful. I can make Dust's Week over here pretty easily. Now I can't actually really do anything else with that, though. I definitely need these as spacers. Yeah, definitely need those as spacers here. And I think I need Dust's Week early so I can actually get access to the star. Because the star is the most mobile asset I have right now. Yeah, and I'm going to have to actually reclaim the is from this eventually. Like, I'm thinking I'm going to have to move the star over to... Well... No, where am I actually putting that now? Crap. I think I'll actually have to put Moon is Win down in the correct order this time instead of the opposite order, so I can actually push it over to the right and then just go over the top of it. Yeah, I think it'll actually read like Moon is Win, then Star will be down here this time. The trouble is I just don't have a whole lot of space here. Yeah, I can't really... The trouble is that the text is fall, so I can't actually really keep it in position. There's actually gravity here. That Dust is weak on a moon star. Maybe. Except I need to actually construct Dust is weak before I actually have access to the star. I have to move those down first. Yeah, so I have to go like that. Yeah, if I did actually push this down... I need actually the dust to be here, though. Well, not necessarily. Need more space up here, actually. No, so I can move wind down. Put that there. Dust down. So that's in the correct spot now. That's in the correct spot now. I need something else to hold up weak for this to work. Star holds the is up. What? I can't have the star hold the is up. Those just fall. If I'm going to actually use the is for two different words, or for 2 different sentences. Like, I'm going to make both moon is win and dust is weak. I need something else to hold things up on this side. Like, I need to hold the 2 things that are actually going horizontally up. I can't move things out of the way again. They're just gone now. They need to be held up constantly. It's not only when I move them. Both do need to be true at the same time, because once I'm down in the star area, or once I'm down in the dust and moon area, I cannot get back out. I cannot move through this right to left. It's completely impossible for me here. So yes, I need those both to be true at the same time. Take stars push with us. Oh, so I can actually make it so star isn't pushed, so that thing moves. Huh. That's actually something I hadn't considered. But have dust is weak and yes, dust no longer win and dust is weak. How would I actually set that up though? You go back to before I actually dropped all the stuff on this. But I'd have to have, so moon, star, win. So moon, star, win on the bottom. Then dust is weak on top. Yeah, that's maybe doable. Drop that first. Just drop both of those at the same time. Yeah, I see what you mean now. I just need to have the is up here still, really. The rest of it can be done. But no, I can't actually rebuild Stars Push now. I can't build that thing over there without having built Stars Push, so I can't actually do that in a different order. Because if I try to push Stars Push down here, like I can't change the orders of these words. If I move this over to the left, I just get trapped. I cannot rebuild Stars Push now. I can't push this to the right because they'll actually not be in the right order. So now I don't actually have Stars Push and can't actually get it again until I've actually gone past this impassable barrier. Can we get pushed down first at the beginning? Because then we don't have access to the star. Yeah, so the trouble is the star is actually hidden behind this dust, and I can't get access to it until later. Well, actually at the very beginning though. But then I can't actually move the star over to actually prepare for that. So yes, I could actually move this down first like that, and then just actually, well, no, that's not in the right order. But now I can't use the star for anything. I guess I can actually, no, I actually can construct Stars Push down here. Yeah, you're actually right, that is actually a good plan. Need to remember how I did all that, but yeah, that's actually something I can do. Yeah, that works. So, wind, dust. These I can kind of just push down in any order I want, actually. But no, I can't, because that's backwards. Yeah, moon needs to go down now. Yep, that worked. Which honestly I'm a little surprised at. I didn't actually really understand what you meant there. Guardians. UFO has UFO, and UFO is open. Empty is empty, ice is ice. Ice is shut. Empty is ice. Nope. X is pull. What happens if I make empty as... What happens if I actually make empty as text? It annoys the crap out of me by actually getting pulled. I can't make empty text because empty is empty. I need to actually have people both in front and behind me to actually guard me, I think. UFOs move and defeat. We need to actually, if we make text empty, will it all disappear? Yes. Yeah, so I make text empty, all the things disappear. Complete anarchy, nothing else happens. And by nothing else happens, I mean literally nothing else happens. It doesn't move anymore. So ice is shut, so I think I kind of need to actually defend myself with ice, basically. Too bad I can't make it so that ice has ice. Yeah, ice's pull is a good idea. Now I'm trapped. Okay, so that actually forces them to the right then. Yeah, I think I just actually need to be carrying a long line of ice, but how can I actually get that? Yeah, I don't really see a good way of actually getting a long line of ice down there with my limited space. I can't make ice text either. Empty is pull. That's possible. That tends to be pretty difficult to actually run things through from, though. I can't make ice text because ice is ice. I can do something like this, but yeah, it doesn't really actually do too much for me. Text is actually pulled out. Be a lot more convenient if it was push. Weren't we on ice in the beginning? Yes. Or above, like around the ice. Move that whole thing down. So, that actually really helped me though. Do I get something out of multiplying the UFOs? The UFOs don't actually really multiply so much as just actually replace themselves. I'm not really sure, like, I can't defend myself against UFOs since I can't push them, though. Texas empty is a terrible idea. Texas ice is also a terrible idea. Waits one turn before opening? I don't know. I can move back and forth easily enough. Then the next one kills me. Well, yeah, I can get them desynchronized if I actually can pull this up. Like, you can see the one that actually just got destroyed is actually desynchronized with the rest of them now. The trouble is I'm dead. Texas pull and empty is pull. Pull one out of the column. It's not a terrible idea either. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Accidentally made empty as ice. Just get ice out of there. But I now can't move because there's too much empty around me. Yes, that's the trouble with empty as pull. There's a lot of nothing around. I'm trying to pull on something. Yeah, if I'm going to assemble that, I have to actually build it down here. Oops, move that is too far. I can just move it again. Need another space of ice down here. I don't have push. Yeah, so I can't push things because I don't have push. Reassemble this thing. I actually want to have Holby out of the way first, though. Because I want to assemble that from the right side there. Okay, let's try this again. I wasn't actually trying to make a 4-tile place like that, but it's actually very convenient, isn't it? Except now I can't move. Yeah, now I'm actually stuck in the place that I can't move from. I think I need to be able to assemble Ice's Win. While standing on the ice. Not sure if I left myself enough space this time. Pull is really annoying. Really, really difficult to manage. Am I stuck? I think I'm actually stuck. I'm gonna restart. That seems like a solution. I'm just stuck right there. Need a bunch of it right there. Now I need a path over this way more. Yeah, that's not great. It'd be so much easier if I could both push and pull. Yeah, all the ice down as far as I can. Hi, Bernie. Yeah, I've really been enjoying this game. It is pretty confusing, but yeah, I've been enjoying it quite a bit. Okay, so now that's the spaces that I have. I need to empty. Oops. I don't actually want ice people anymore. Go away. Empty there. Is there. Hole there. Text there. Or is there. Text there. Like that. You'd actually wait until the guardians are to the left. Crap, I did that wrong. How do I actually break that now? I think I just actually need to invert, which one's actually which in there. Yeah, it really does seem like you should actually have to go past the UFOs, and you really don't. Text is still full, but now empty isn't. Now I can just actually, move. Why am I not winning? I'm on empty. I guess I have to make ice be, win. Because apparently empty doesn't work for it. Oh, right, I'm on Baba. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Door is shut. Box has key. Key is open. Empty is key. No, empty is push. Empty. No, I can't make boxes empty. Box and key is push, though. Yeah, box is box, so I can't actually destroy that. So how do I open the box? Yeah, how do I open the box? Door can be not shut? Yes. Anything can be anything. The key can be shut. You might have to open the key with the door. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, so I need actually some way of opening or otherwise destroying the box. And the only thing that I actually have that can do anything is actually open. So I think I actually need to make I need to actually change the door so it's not shut. Here shut doesn't help. And the box is not open anyway. Having key be shut is probably a bad idea, actually. I need to actually make it so that the box is shut. I can't do that right now. I can make it so the door has a key. That just means that if I actually open the door, I have a key in it. Now key is shut again. I could just make the key be a box, except the box is a box, so it can't be a key. We need to actually destroy something and get a key. If I make empty has key, what'll happen? Okay, I was hoping just actually moving that around would actually be destroying it. So how do I destroy emptiness? Empty has key, empty is open. Empty is not shut. Yes, the door emptiness is rapidly opening itself. But that's not actually helpful. Yeah, I tried empty as key. The trouble is I need to actually destroy empty first. And if it's not actually shut, it doesn't actually destroy itself. Let's move out the shut first. Box is shut, empty is open. I can't make it. Wait, no, that'll actually make a key. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Oh, right, it has to make the key be open first. Why is the key not opening the door? Because the door is not shut. Whoops, I keep doing that. I keep hitting the congratulations thing for finishing the whole map and then accidentally going to other places. That's level 8.